Well, thanks for joining me for this very segment, AM Talk. And my guest in the studio is Ebenezer Oklete Telabi, and a former minister for the Eastern Region. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much.
I'm right. A deputy minister, a former deputy minister.
Yeah.
Okay, for defense as well.
Defense as well, and then lands and natural resources. Okay. Recently.
You've held a number of portfolios.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you've been silent though. But that's good. But he's a member of parliament for Lower Manya. And thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Is that the same constituency where we had the gentleman, the firebrand from the NDC who defected to the other party?
Tenya.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
He's still contesting you?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know.
He went independent the last time, so.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what he has now for us.
How have you been doing?
Fine.
What has been the most observation you've made of our political scene in the last week?
Well,
I think you were here 2 weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. To put it, what I would say is that we need to put Ghana first in everything we do, in our thinking. Self-interest should be put, should be considered, later. Ghana first. Then when things get better, we start thinking about ourselves. But then if we put ourselves, our self-interest first, it leads to a lot of things. And that is what we are seeing in our, the other political parties. My prayer is that such a thing will not surface in our great NDC party, hopefully.
But you do agree it can surface?
Well, it seems we are human beings.
If people are disgruntled and there's animosity?
Not necessarily that. But you see, the point is that, as I said, if you put Ghana first, certainly you look at the political party, because political parties, want to govern to make, better the lot of, their people, and therefore, whoever is leading, whoever decides to be part of that process, must sink his interest and project that of,
the overall interest.
Yeah, that's right.
No individual interest.
No, okay. But then at the end of the day, whatever comes will inure to, everybody. You understand? But then when you continue to, put yours, then we would have the sort of problems you're having in, our sister, political party.
You're happy, NDC? You seem to be very
well, not necessarily that. Not necessarily that. But it goes to prove, some of us right, that our colleagues in the NPP maybe took some wrong decisions at a point in time, and that is what is affecting them now. Yes.
So you're not happy?
Why should I be happy? Because at the end of the day, you see what is happening, it's affecting all of us.
Okay, I get your point. Yes. Yesterday there were rains in Accra.
Serious.
And then the whole place got flooded again.
Yeah, this is, the normal thing that we go through, during rainy season.
We just don't have the right systems and structures.
That is not the issue.
That's what it says about us.
You see, the point is that I said this yesterday on one of your sister stations, that times have changed. We are adapting, certain systems, certain ideas, and it is not helping us. Growing up, Ridge very well.
Very well.
Yes, Ridge. Look at the kind of structures we have there. Look at the setting, look at the design, compared to previous, years when we had, a lot of buildings, though, occupying just
few people.
Yeah, that's right. And then in those buildings,
now we have high occupancy buildings.
Seriously, in those buildings we had rain harvesting systems. Those buildings, you find out that the homes were not, cemented, or yes, we had grass. So at least when it rains, a certain percentage is absorbed. You understand? A certain percentage. But now you have everybody putting up high walls. We don't have rain harvesting systems. We have all this, whatever flood. And then at the end of the day, what happens is that the water gathers. And when the rainwater gathers, when it gathers, You cannot control it. It is one of the reasons why we are having, flooding in areas that used not to have. Then two, building in, what do you call it? Known, what do you call it?
Waterways.
Waterways.
Not necessarily that they are culvert ways, but they are just ways that which water would have gushed out.
That is the point. And we intentionally do that. You see, sometimes I pity our MDCs because if you attempt, the whole nation will be at you. They will come at you. And unfortunately, we sit down doing nothing about it because we have a situation where once the people start crying, you have all manner of people coming up, human rights, whatever, like what is happening in Agbogbloshie, for instance. We have people, we have lawyers who have decided to defend those people.
But those people have rights.
They have.
Whether they've occupied the places illegally
That's the point.
or not.
But you see, at the end of the day, when the places get flooded and they are dying.
Well, we're supposed to be having, Mr. Oklete-Labi, institutions that are supposed to be making sure they don't get to occupy the places in the first place.
You see,
Metropolitan Assembly time, country planning departments,
you see,
and even oversight ministries.
I wouldn't say that everything is, okay. The point is that we have some difficulties. We have, problems with even staffing. When you town and country planning, for instance, they have problems. But then, in the face of all that, we need to also, be a little circumspect when it comes to dealing with, issues like this. Because, and as I said, you have a situation where somebody decides to go and build in a waterway, right? And they build in the night, sometimes in the night. And sometimes, what they do? They know AMA will come and stop work. But then before you get there, somebody has gone through. And then sometimes, some of our own technical people, condone.
They've been compromised.
Yeah, they compromise. And then they pretend not to see what is going on.
Wow.
And before you realize...
From all that you're telling me,
yes,
we know the problems.
Yes.
So why is it that we have not been able to couch solutions to resolve them?
Well, what are the solutions? The point is that everybody must be professional in
if people put up buildings, you go break them. If they break the law,
and then
you prosecute them.
But the point is that we had a situation in this country where people had built in the waterways and decision had been taken, and you can't, they hue and cry. They hue and cry. Right? I remember very well Owabi. Owabi, for instance.
The dam?
Yeah, the dam site, where people were encroaching, and they decided to go and, they had to go and demolish. And it was a big problem, big issue. You had all manner of people jumping into it. And until we decide, as Ghanaians, to abide by the very laws that we assisted to enact, we will not get anywhere. We will have these problems recurring every day. You understand? It will come. Why would people dump refuse when it is raining in Accra? That is where people decide, because to pay 1 cedi or 2 cedis to get your refuse, in a proper place.
So you're saying
prefer to dump it.
For us, our attitudes
are
okay.
Are not helping us. You understand? Our attitudes are not helping us. And then you see, if it continues like that, look, you bring all the systems, you bring the best, but we will not be able. It will not inure to the benefit of anybody. But at the end of the day, the same people will end up breaching the rules and regulations.
Okay. Now let's